channel. Today I am going to be talking about homeschooling, and it's a pretty hot topic right now with school getting ready to start back. There's a lot of parents that are undecided whether or not they want to send their kids back to public school or if they just want to continue to homeschool at home. I just thought I'd come on today and give you all some information about homeschooling to maybe help you make that decision of what you want to do. So I have been homeschooling my son and my daughter since preschool. They are third grade now, so it's been 4 years I've been homeschooling. So I just got on Google and I just typed in how to homeschool your child. I live in Missouri. I Googled how to homeschool your child in the state of Missouri. So every state is going to be different. So you're going to want to get the laws and everything that you need to know for homeschooling your child in your specific state. So I know that some states are a little bit more lenient than other states are. In Missouri here, it's pretty easy to homeschool your child. So there's going to be laws and everything that you have to go by if you're going to homeschool your child and homeschool them correctly. So the first thing you need to do is find out how to homeschool your child in whatever state that you are in. There's going to be proper protocol as to how to pull your child out of the public school system. If your child has never been in the public school system, there's certain things that you need to do to get started, that you are up to speed on all of the homeschool laws in your area to make sure that you're doing it right. Try to get involved with some other parents that might want to homeschool, or if you know anybody that is already homeschooling, stick to them like glue and learn all you can. There's a lot of co-op groups out there that you could get in touch with. There's a lot of Facebook groups. So those are all the kind of resources that I reached out to help me get started in my homeschooling journey. So once I decided that I was definitely homeschooling, the next thing I needed to do was find a good curriculum. A lot of parents, they kind of just don't maybe just stick to one curriculum. Like, for instance, you can just go to the dollar store and get a lot of books on reading, writing, mathematics, science, things like that, social studies, and teach your child. You can make up your own curriculum, but there's a lot of curriculums out there that are made up by teachers and ex-teachers. Some of them are missionaries. There's a lot of homeschool families are Christian based, but there's a lot that are not. I am a Christian, my family's Christian, so we wanted a good homeschool curriculum that was Christian based. Sometimes the curriculum you have to pay for, sometimes it's free. I wanted something free, and Easy Peasy is completely and totally free. It's not an online school, it is a resource. And the only thing that I have to buy from year to year are just a few books and some school supplies, but it's completely and totally free. But find you a good curriculum, hook up with other homeschool families, and join a co-op if you want to. I do use a set curriculum for my children. I just find that it's easier for me to do that. But I also do a lot of supplementing with the homeschool curriculum that I am using. I do a 4-day-a-week school week. We do Monday through Thursday, and Fridays we take off for any kind of field trips. I usually use that day for all of my cleaning and laundry and things like that. And it's also a day that I use for like home economics. Like we'll do a lot of baking and cooking on Fridays for a home economics class. I know here in Missouri that you have to have a certain amount of hours in for the school year, and it's divided up in all of your different subjects. So you have your reading, your writing, mathematics, history, and science, social studies. Those are the core subjects that you have to have. They don't have to be core, but just those are the subject areas that they have to have here in Missouri. Anything else I do is going to be considered like extracurricular, like your electives, like music, art, home economics, and things like that. So we have a pretty full curriculum. We do PE, we do science, we just do everything that, you know, what I was brought up in school learning. I'm making sure that my kids are learning it. Now I know a lot of schools these days, they do not teach cursive writing, but I am teaching my kids how to cursive write. I know I hear a lot of people talk about, well, are these like Common Core standards? A lot of curriculum these days don't go by the Common Core standards. My curriculum doesn't. And I think it's a lot easier that way. I just teach my kids the way I was taught, and they're doing wonderful. A lot of parents wonder about, well, testing and are they being taught correctly? If they are learning, you know, every day is going to be, you're going to be learning something every day. You just have to make sure that you know your kids are learning. Some people like to give their kids tests or evaluations or things like that, and I do that like twice a year. I will do like a mid-year little test, like what have you learned and what are you retaining, and then at the end of the year I'll do that as well. Before we start the next school year, well, when we do start the next school year, I always spend the first week or so kind of going over the material that they learned from the year before we jump into the new material. So it just all works. You just have to find a flow that's going to work for you. It doesn't have to be like a regular school system. This is your school. You can do it the way you want. So that's why we only do 4 days a week, because it's easier for my family if we do it that way. Now, I'm a stay-at-home mom, a full-time stay-at-home mom, so flexibility that it gives us to be able to homeschool our kids. My husband kind of works from home too since the pandemic hit and everything. He's like working 1 week at home and the next week he's in office. So that works. It didn't hardly change anything at all. I know a lot of parents were thrown into a tailspin when school was shut off because of the pandemic. But it was a blessing for us because we were already doing it, so there was nothing that really changed there. But now that school is getting ready to start, there's a lot of concerned parents out there about sending their children back to school and their safety. So that's why I'm coming on to just kind of give you some idea of how to jump into it. Now, get your good curriculum down, and then you just kind of have to go with the flow of what you're feeling every day. Every day may not look like the next day. It can change from day to day. I found that it's easy to have a schedule for me and my kids. I have a schedule for them, and I stick pretty much to that schedule. But the beauty of homeschooling is that if you have to deviate from that schedule, you can do it and still get right back on track, and you've lost no time. So it's easy when we go on vacation or whatever. We don't have to worry about saying, hey, I'm taking my kid out of school. I've heard a lot of stories where, you know, when you want to take your kids on vacation, the school will give you a hard time, but you don't have to do that when you're homeschooling. You can just pick up and go. We can learn from the road. We recently got back from being out of town for 2 weeks. It was a job trip for my husband's job, and me and the kids went with them. And I taught while we were on the road. Now, we were not teaching by that curriculum that we do when we're at home, but, you know, nature walks. Every town we drove, so every town that we drove through, I gave them some history on the town. I made them bring along their journals to kind of write what we did on a day-to-day basis. So that was covering reading and writing and social studies and history, nature walks as science right there. So you can homeschool on the road. So if you are thinking about putting your kids in, doing homeschool with your kids, it really would benefit them. I think it would benefit them greatly. So these are just a few things that I've learned and a few things that I just want to share with you all about my homeschooling journey. It's been very beneficial to my kids. They love it. I love it. I thank God that I have a supportive husband who supports me homeschooling the kids. So let me know what you guys think. If there's anybody out there who wants information, any more information, any questions about homeschooling your child, please put them down in the comments below and I'll answer you back. I'm going to put the link to the website that I use for my kids. It's a really, really great resource and tool to help get you started in homeschooling. And I'm going to be doing more videos. I'm probably going to do a lot more videos on homeschooling and what our day looks like, what our curriculum looks like, and things like that. I said in the beginning, I live in Missouri. So if there's anybody out there in Missouri that wants to jump into homeschooling and you don't know where to start, contact me. I will be more than happy to help you. Homeschooling is an awesome, awesome experience. It is very, very rewarding. Email me. You can just answer me back in the comments. I have an Instagram page. You can get to all that from my YouTube page. let me know and I will get back to you as quick as I can. So that is today's video, just a few things. There's a ton more information that I could give you. So these are just a few of what I wanted to give you to start with. So let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe so you can get more videos like this. And my YouTube video has all kinds of stuff. Like I said, I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I just cover everything from parenting to marriage, my spiritual faith, homeschooling, cooking, anything that has to do with the home, I cover it on my YouTube channel. So that's it for today. Know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Until then, you guys be blessed.